Wonders shall never end. Wonders shall never end. Czeki is better than Florian, right? Czeki is better than Florian. Rangers is the best midfield in the Premier League. Yeah, I guess he is. I guess they are. So what do you guys have to say now? What do you guys have to say now? Humble pie. Thank you, Spurs. Thank you for humbling Manchester City and its fans. Thank you for that. Well, it is what it is. So it's Manchester City 0 and it's Spurs 2 at home at the Etihad. Manchester City failed to win a game against Spurs yet again. I think at this point, Spurs are Manchester City's kryptonites. They are Manchester City's kryptonites. And early kickoffs, man. Early kickoffs are just always full of surprises. But to be fair, I didn't see this coming. I did not see it coming. I thought Manchester City were going to win, although I knew Spurs were going to make it harder for them, you know. But for them to just capitulate like that, to just let Spurs have their way, was it maybe Spurs' way of defense? Them, putting the pressure upfield? Was that it? But above all, man, Papi Sarr, oh my goodness, what a player. Brennan Johnson, how does he keep scoring like that? How does he keep scoring like that? Every day, he just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I suppose it's true. You don't change what works, right? You don't change what works. And looks like none of, these managers or these players are able to stop him. That's how it looks like, because he just keeps on coming from the other side, and he just always nicks it there. But somehow they just cannot stop him. They just cannot stop him. And in this game, this is exactly what we see. He gets a pass, obviously, from Richarlison, and man, rebirthed. Then he hits it home. Although this time around, he doesn't, score it from the closest post. He takes it on the left side, and it goes in. The referee says the linesman, in fact, says it's an offside. But after some check from the VAR, they deem it a goal, and it's of course a goal. And you're thinking City will probably come back, but knowing the relationship between the two teams, it's always very difficult. It's always very difficult. I think Spurs actually know how to play against this Manchester City side. They definitely know how to play against this Manchester City side. And we see it again. This was a perfect example of it. Then there's Palhinha, of course. A man who was bought by Bayern but didn't play much. He hasn't really played, a normal game since at Fulham. Now he comes back to the Premier League. He's at Spurs and he plays very well. Him and Papi Sarr, that combination is amazing. And Manchester City were just no show today. They were just no show today. Czeki, right, better than Florian. I didn't see anything there. He was just quiet. Haaland also was just wasteful. He got chances. He could have buried them, but he didn't. Rangers too. I mean, Manchester City was just all over the place today. Manchester City were just all over the place. They were not up to the task. And they suffer for it. Like I said, that's the best thing about the Premier League this season. There's just so many good teams that if you don't bring your A game, you will not win one single game. Manchester City won against Wolves last week. And of course, as you'd expect, their fans were excited. It's a new season. We start off with a win. A lot is going to happen, but it's a promising season. And today against Spurs, there's just a no-show. But for Spurs, they win against Burnley, and today they win against City at an away ground. So that speaks volumes about them. And yes, I did also, speak about... And before I make that point, I just want to apologize. I want to apologize profusely, I might add, to Thomas Frank and his boys. I didn't see them, doing what they're doing. I did not even for a second. Because if I remember very well, I did think they would probably be 16th again, or maybe outside the top 10. But I made that deduction from their game against Bayern Munich. I thought they were poor. And if they were to continue that way, I didn't really see them again in the top 6. But obviously then came the PSG game, and I saw positives from that. And what I said then from there was, if they try to build on this, if they try to work hard and build on this, then I see them coming at least closer to the top 6. And from then on until today, that's exactly what they've been doing. And it's worked really well for them. And you would think, obviously, after missing on Eze, they would be distraught. They will not really perform as they should. But we just saw how amazing they were today. We saw how up to task they were. And that's what I love about this Spurs side. They mean business. When they step onto the pitch, they mean business. They're going to fight for every ball. They're going to fight for every duel. Physically, they're present. Pace-wise, they're present. Pressing-wise, they're present. Attacking-wise, they're present. Coming back to defend, they're present. They are not absent in any part of the game. They are there. And it might fool you. It might fool you into thinking they have a good squad and they can actually work with what they have. But knowing the pressures, the pressures that come with the Premier League and also what is to come of the Champions League, they have to strengthen. Because wheels do come off. Wheels do come off. I mean, we saw it with Chelsea last season. At one point, they looked like they were going to fight with Liverpool. Around December, the wheels came off. And now come end of season, they were fighting for top 4. So Thomas Frank needs to make sure that he brings in 2 or 3 more players. Spurs have been so good that even their keeper doesn't have to move a finger. They have been so good that he doesn't even have to do much. And that's just a testament of how sometimes new managers can change a team, like abruptly change a team. This is the same team that Big Ange, was coaching last season, although he managed to get a trophy out of them. But you would have thought maybe they wouldn't be as good as they are. But look at them. They seem like a different team. Like they seem like a different set of players. And let us also not forget the fact that it's not like they didn't want to play for Ange. They really, really wanted to play for Ange. They even won a trophy for him, so they wanted him there. But he just could not get the best out of them. And sometimes it happens. It doesn't make Ange a bad manager. Well, he's very good because it worked for him. That's why he went to Spurs to begin with. And also he got something that many managers could not. The Contes, the Mourinhos, they could not get it. The Pochettinos, they could not get a trophy. But he came, Thomas Frank, and look at what he has done. He blew fresh air and the players are different. All of them are just playing for the badge. And I tell you what, I also think that every one of them want to be there. Every one of them want to be there and they want to showcase what they can do and they believe in the manager. And Thomas Frank is just not a nobody. We've seen what he has done with Brentford. So he is a winner and he is going to take Spurs far. They just need to help him be able to get the players that he can, and he'll be okay. Imagine if they go on to get Wissa. It'll be different now. We'll be talking different things, So, yeah, man, shout out to Spurs. Shout out to Spurs. They're doing so well. If they keep at it, I think they'll shock us this season. And shout out to Arsenal as well. Gyökeres finally scores. And I told you guys, I think, is it my previous video or the one before that, where I told you that we're just going to be seeing so much of this celebration goals, that we're going to see so much of it. That guy is a striker. He's a quality striker. He's no fluke. And you could tell even at Benfica that no matter where he goes, he has that instinct. He knows where to stand. He knows how to kick the ball. But also, I must also, tell you guys about like how I wondered a bit, with that Saka goal, I wondered if they're going to give him the chance of day. Are they going to help him be able to, are they going to feed him? Are they going to feed him goals? Because it's a little tricky there at Arsenal. It's a little tricky. Because you can see even with his first goal, he creates that out of nothing himself. And as a 9, those guys are going to have to serve him. But will they? That's another question. Because you saw how open he was when Saka got the ball. But Saka opted to shoot. Well, it's a goal, which is good. But what if he missed? What if he missed? So, if they are to get the best out of Gyökeres, they need to feed him. balls. They need to feed him balls. And one of the many people that can start with that would be obviously Odegaard. But this season, he just does not seem like himself. But the season's still a long way to go. You know, there's still at least 35 matches to go. They will find their footing. They will find their rhythm. They will create those bonds. And there's just a lot that's going to come from Arsenal. That we see. You know, so... Yeah, and also Aston Villa lost against... against Brentford, which was a little bit odd. But anyway, as long as Villa are playing away, I don't think they put in the same amount of work as they do when they are home. You know, and if they want something, if they want to progress as a club, they have to play whether home or away. They need to adopt that big club mentality. They need to adopt that big club mentality. And I think they can do that. They can do that. I mean, they have a very good manager in Emery, so I do not doubt them one bit. So they'll get it. They'll get it eventually. But they need to make sure that they do that quick, because other clubs, they're already out. They're already out with a bang, and it's going to be very difficult for the top 6 this season. So thank you guys for watching until thus far. Like I said yesterday, it was always going to be a tricky game between City and Spurs, which is why I commended Chelsea for winning yesterday's game. That obviously they drew against Palace. Yesterday winning, it means that they're getting themselves closer to the clubs that are believed to be the ones that are going to compete. They're getting themselves close, and that's how you stay in the race, by getting close. Don't let them, pull away from you. Don't let them pull away from you. Make sure that they're always at an arm's length. That way, the day your things start moving about and theirs don't, you can, be ahead of them. That's the beauty of it. And that's what Chelsea is doing, and that's kudos to them. Liverpool also will be playing against Newcastle on Monday. That's another tricky game for Liverpool. So if Liverpool loses that one, or at least takes a draw, then it's good for Chelsea. It's good for City as well. At this point, what needs to be done is that all those clubs needs to make sure that they're not too far behind. United also plays again tomorrow. They need to win. If they win that game, then we would know that they're the real deal. Yeah, that's how it is. So thank you guys for watching until thus far. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also engage in the comment section. Let us grow the platform like I asked. Help me get to 500 subscribers as well. And let's see what United brings us tomorrow. And all the fixtures, of course, that will be taking place tomorrow. Let's see what they bring us. I hope they bring us fire, just like today. Amazing games. And I'm glad that Gyökeres has obviously, opened his scoring chart. About Gyökeres, I think he's definitely going to net at least 30 goals this season. Let's see what Sesko does tomorrow. Something that Haaland failed to do. Checky, better than Florin. Please.